All right, so now that we talked about external commands, I want to talk about another command that's super useful. It's not built into your shell. This is an external command. It's called file. File will do its best to tell you what type of file something is. Very confusing. I use the word file a lot. So we have these two files in our directory here, builtins.txt and file.txt. If we run file on builtins.txt, we can see that it's ASCII text. Hey, that's super cool. If we run file on file.txt, hey, it's ASCII text. That's awesome. If we were to run file on star.txt, it will go through each one and run file on it. Super useful. That's awesome. There's some other files here. Remember when we ran, let's say, type-a rm, we can see that rm is bin rm. Well, we could run file on bin rm. And this is a slightly different thing going on here. Look, we have a universal binary. This is an executable program. This is not a text file. It's an executable program. There's all sorts of fun stuff. It'll tell you if it's like a JPEG, if it's an image and stuff. File is super useful. Before you open up a file to like edit it, you can check to make sure like if it's binary or not. Your editor will probably do some of that stuff for you. File is super useful, but of course, there are ways to trick it. But I would talk about this because I want to talk about some of the path resolution that Bash does. This is confusing. I'll explain what I mean. So in Bash, when I run ls, it finds it on the system for me. It found this. It found bin ls. So it found ls for me in bin. I didn't have to type in bin ls. It knew to look there. How does it know to look there? There's a variable. It's a built-in variable called all capital path. So we can echo all caps path, but because it's a variable, we have to put a $sign in front of it. When we put that $sign, it tells Bash to open this variable up and expand it. Don't worry, I have a whole section coming up on variables. This is just a very quick example. So here are all the paths it will check, separated by colons. It will look in each one of these paths for an executable and execute the first one it sees. So first things first. We have to, they're all separated by colons. That's kind of annoying. Can we turn colons into new lines? It'd be a lot easier to read. Of course we can. Get ready for the TR command. Translate. We're going to translate a colon into a new line. Now, because this \n is special, we do have to quote it, but take a look at this. Let's go ahead. Let's run this. And there we go. Same output, but the colon's been turned into a new line. So when it looks for ls, it'll check every single one of these directories. I have a lot. I'm on my Mac. I have all sorts of stuff installed, but it will go through each one until it got down here. It found ls and then it executed. That's how that works. That is something your shell does for you. I can modify path. I could set path equal to bin, colon, sbin, colon, blah, blah, blah. I'm not actually going to do this because then I'll probably forget to unset it and it'll be super annoying. But this will get set probably for you automatically by your shell, but if it doesn't, you can modify it yourself. Super useful to know about, definitely something to be aware of. This can happen if you go to run a program like ls. Imagine I typed ls properly and see how I get command not found. If you're running a command you know that should be there, you're trying to ls something that says command not found, your path is probably messed up. You should start looking there next. All right, so can you believe it? We haven't even talked about scripting yet. We're getting there, I promise. Don't worry, I'm trying to go slow, and hopefully you're able to keep up with this. And again, if you're thinking this is too beginner for you, don't worry, there's gonna be timestamps you can jump ahead. If you're thinking this is too advanced for you, I'll try to slow it down a little bit, but we're going to keep moving forward. So we've talked about variables. We have $path that is built in to Bash. It is an environmental variable or an environment variable. It'll be accessible to other programs. I'll demystify what that means later, but we can echo it like this. I put double quotes around it. I'll explain the importance of that later, but for now, I may or may not put double quotes around it. I'll try to explain what it's important. Yeah, just be aware right now, whether I put them there or leave them out isn't going to make too much of a difference. But when you are scripting this, and again, I'll talk about this later, just put the double quotes around it. Be safe. There's some weirdness that can happen if you don't. So we have path, and we can translate things. We can turn the colon into new line. We could also turn every B into an A. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but now instead of bin, we have ain. It's super weird, but that's like the power of the translate command. We could technically join those two commands together. We could change :B to new line A, and it would have the same effect. So you can just join things together. Again, don't know why you'd want to do this. ABC could become XYZ, and now every A became an X, every B became a Y. So super powerful command, super useful.